Hello everyone! So today we're going to check out another new diffusion image generation model called Ovis. Ovis Image comes from Alibaba's group, and it's another small-size image generation model that just launched recently. It's got a lot of similarities and inherits features from the Qwen Image 20B parameter model. The Ovis Image 7B parameter model is a text-to-image model that delivers pretty high fidelity for text-on-image display, which means it renders typography really well. So you can create things like posters, banners, logos, UI mockups, or infographics with this AI model right out of the box. And this is different compared to the Z image we tested last week. That one was really good at human anatomy, realism photos, realism style images, etc. But this one is more geared toward tasks like you want to create a logo, you want text on your image, or you're making a banner. That's exactly what this image generation model is good at. So on their GitHub page, they just announced the Ovis image model launched on November 29th. So just a few days ago, and their Hugging Face page also released the open source model weights. As you can see, this is based on the Ovis 2.5B model and is a new fine-tuned version called the 7B model. Check out the file size and stuff. This is a pretty small model, a 7 billion parameter model, really similar to the exact image, except it's a little bit heavier on the main diffusion model files. As you can see, it's about 29 gigabytes for the full model weights, and the VAE also uses the AE safe tensor files, which means it's the same as what Flux 1 and Z image were using. Also, the text encoder is a little bit smaller. As you can see right here, just two separate safe tensor files. So if you merge these together, you can check out the ComfyUI repackaged repo on their Hugging Face page. There's a new repo under the ComfyUI Hugging Face account. Click into the files, and you'll see the Split Files folder as usual, which means we've got the text encoder and the diffusion model. Now, this was uploaded just 8 hours ago, so it's super new. And as you can see, the text encoder is only 5 gigabytes, so it's even smaller than the Z model Turbo text encoder. And this is its own Ovis 2.5 safe tensor files handling the text encoding. Go back to the split folder, and you'll find the default model folder. That's the main model running Ovis Image. The BF16 version of this model is 14 gigabytes, so you can imagine it's really similar to the exact image in file size. And even in execution time, it'll consume about the same amount of RAM, but just a little bit heavier since this is a 7B model and not a turbo or low sampler model. One thing worth mentioning, when I looked at the GitHub and the official Hugging Face page for this model, I scrolled down to the inference section and saw they're using 50 denoising sampling steps with CFG5. I haven't seen any ComfyUI blog post released for this yet, but the files are already there. You can go to the README, but it's empty right now. So I'm going to base my inference on whatever info they've provided there. For ComfyUI, you can update your repo. My way of doing it is using git pull to get the latest code from the ComfyUI GitHub repo. That'll show you an indicator that your model.py files have been added, and if you scroll down a bit, you'll see there's a new Python file for the text encoder. Specifically, you'll see ovis.py, which means ComfyUI now supports the Ovis image text encoder. So, as I highlighted here, once you've updated, you can get started with ComfyUI. My way of doing it is using a Conda virtual environment. So I activate Conda for ComfyUI, and as soon as I see the bracket indicating I'm in the virtual environment, I type python main.py to activate ComfyUI. Just wait for it to load, and you'll see another indicator showing the front end needs updating. To handle that, you can either run pip install rrequirements.txt in the ComfyUI main folder, or if you're using the portable version, you can run the update_ComfyUI.bat file. If you do that, just press Ctrl-C to stop the runtime instance, open a command prompt here, type pip install-rrequirements.txt, and hit Enter. That'll install the new front end. As you can see, it's loading up those front end files and .whl files too. Then restart with python main.py, and you won't see any update indicators anymore. Now we're heading into the ComfyUI interface. First thing to check, create a load clip native node. That's the easiest way to see if your ComfyUI supports this new model. In the Load Clip node, open the Type drop-down menu, and hey, it shows Ovis as an option. That means your ComfyUI now has Ovis model support for the text encoder. So I'm going to build a workflow based on this newly updated model, and I'll create a side-by-side text-to-image comparison with the Z image model to see both results. First, I'll set up two simple text-to-image node groups, really basic ones. One will be for Z Image Turbo, configured with the correct text encoder for Z Image Turbo, and the one above will be for Ovis Image. Now let's make a group for these two different image models. Here's the Ovis Image 7B. It's going to need a text prompt and seed numbers, so both models share the same input values. Here, I'm going to have a side-by-side image preview for both of them. And for the positive text prompt, I'm going to connect both text encoders with same text string and shared between both AI models inferencing. Here's another example. I used some infographic and graphic image generation prompts from Qwen 3 and tried to make something similar. Both were able to generate this image pretty closely. But you can see the Z image still tends to look better for the character here, and even the coloration on the bottle looks better too. Well, there's no exact answer about which one we should choose. But overall, you can see that both images have inherited the Qwen Image 20B model in some way. So here, I have some examples using logo design as the text prompt. I've put up a few examples here. The first one is a fintech startup logo using this name, with a clean background and this design. Obviously, you can see the Ovis Image 7B is better in some way. At least it has some color pattern design here, even though it's a minimalist style. Next, we're going to test another logo design, a Handcraft Studio logo displaying clay and a coat on the lettering. The Z image can produce something like this, and right away it feels like there's some kind of leather texture on the text for the Z Image Turbo. The other one, Ovis Image, is able to do it too, but it flips it the other way, using the background as the lettered texture for this kind of design. So both include the elements we described in the text prompts, but in the Ovis Image, there's one extra symbol on the "and," just got an extra one on the top, and in this case, the simplicity of the Z Image Turbo actually looks better on this image gen. Now let's test another one. We have energy drink. Obviously, the Z Image Turbo can produce it, and the Ovis Image is also able to do it. Both are very similar in coloration and style. If you're talking about having a logo mockup, either one could work. But if you want to put it into actual print materials, the Z Image Turbo has some texture that really pops. The letter looks more suitable for that kind of use. Still, both are usable. They share that similarity inherited from the Qwen Image 20B model. So for text on image, especially this kind of typography and graphic design, they can handle it no problem, just like the Qwen Image 20B. Let's test one more. Here we have a bookstore logo. The Z Image Turbo created a pretty simple, minimalist style for this bookstore logo. The Ovis Image was also able to produce it, but in a different style. This one's more like something you'd save as an image file and use as mockup material. You could drop it into a canvas in whatever image software you're using. The Z Image is just creating something that looks like it's printed on paper with this subtle texture. So both work. It really depends on what kind of image you want to generate for your typography material. So far, these image generation AI models do share that similarity, especially when it comes to logos and text-on-image tasks. But there's something the Z Image does better: realism styles, and especially characters. For human and anime-style realism, it's clearly stronger. The Ovis Image can do cartoonish styles too. As you can see here, this is another text prompt I just grabbed from the demo page. The on-screen text clearly says, Ovis Image 7B text-to-image model. That's what's represented in Chinese, and it mentions that it can run on a consumer PC. Both models were able to generate the same text on the image, but the style? As you can see, the Z Image's realism style looks better. For other styles, like anime, both models can handle it too. It just depends. Even though I'm using the exact same text prompts, they produce different styles and the color tones are different as well. So it really depends. There's no clear right or wrong, but for realism styles, for sure the Z image is doing a lot better. For example, here's a character image generated using the same text prompt taken from here. Even though both are using the same prompt, and I didn't optimize anything in this workflow for Z Image Turbo, as you can see, it's really simple in this workflow diagram, and up top, the Ovis image is just based on whatever they provided in the GitHub source code using their default settings. I'm generating both images just based on their base models. No optimization, no extra LoRA models, nothing. Just stock models. And the Z Image Turbo is clearer, the face is sharper, and the coloration looks better than the Ovis image when it comes to hyper-realistic character styles. There's some other text banner, UI mockups testing that I am going to post later. Maybe let's do it in YouTube Short or Discord. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya.